looking otherworldly and behaving even more oddly. These creatures are anything but ordinary. Whether it's a dwarf crossing paths with humans, or an alien secretly existing in the shadow world. Stay tuned for the creepiest yet shocking encounters that got caught on camera. This man was walking near some woods when he found himself face to face with a creepy, crawling creature. With a pale skin and a human-like appearance, there was no doubt of it being a cryptid. Watch as it furiously crawls towards them. It was clear it wasn't happy about these intruders invading its territory. Or maybe there was something even deeper than that. Thankfully, the guy was speedy enough, but his camera fell right there. What happened next remains a mystery, as the man was never found. Mysterious forest creature. While walking through the quiet forest, a man came across something he never thought he'd see. Standing some feet ahead was a dark figure that sent chills down his spine. And the sharp horns added to its unsettling appearance. The creature stood still, almost as if it was watching him closely. The eerie moment left him wondering if he had just come face to face with something truly otherworldly. But the fact that he didn't dare to move any closer makes it hard to identify. What are your opinions about it? Let me know. Strange being. Riding her horse near a quiet forest took a strange turn for this woman, who heard an unusual sound coming from the trees. Curious, she decided to take a closer look. As she approached, she noticed a small, dark-colored creature holding a stick. Its movements were unusual, and it didn't seem like any animal she had seen before. The creature started moving toward her and her horse. Realizing it might not be safe to stay, she turned her horse around and calmly rode back toward the open fields. Thankfully, she left the area without any trouble, but the question is, what kind of creature was it? Dwarf in forest. A man on his way home noticed something unusual. He heard sounds of small steps on leaves. When he looked closely, he found a dwarf. It had a huge head and slim legs, with a slightly green-colored body and little hair on his head. This little humanoid creature looked like it was hiding himself from someone, or maybe it was just playing hide-and-seek with his friends. Although such creatures are known to be creepy and harmful in folklore, this particular one seemed to be quite calm and friendly. Kappa Squad. Have you ever imagined what it would be like to meet creatures from Japanese folklore? For one man, that became a reality during a quiet walk in the forest. As he walked along the path, something strange caught his attention. There, just behind a tree branch, were a group of unusual figures staring at him. At first, he couldn't tell what they were, but as he looked closer, he realized they looked just like Kappas, those famous creatures from Japanese legends. They seemed curious, almost as if they were studying him too. It was like the stories he had heard had come to life right before his eyes, leaving him with an unforgettable experience. Beach Ghost. A man was enjoying a quiet walk along an empty stretch of sand, but as he passed by some bushes, he noticed something unusual. A dark, human-like figure stepped out from the bushes and stopped. For a moment, it just stood there, looking at him. The man felt uneasy and didn't want to stick around to find out more. He quickly turned and walked away to safety. Was it just a strange shadow? Or could there be more to this unusual sight? I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't forget this anytime soon. Cemetery Skinwalker. While a woman was on her way home, she passed by a quiet cemetery and came across this. Right there, near the edge of the trees, she noticed a strange figure that sent chills down her spine. It looked alien-like, with a dark, shadowy appearance, long arms, and surprisingly small legs. She later shared the video online, and it didn't take long for people to start talking about it. Some viewers thought it could be a creature from another world, while others believed it might be a skinwalker. What made it even stranger was that the figure was never seen again, leaving everyone wondering what really happened that night. Oring Pendic. While a group of bikers were riding through Indonesia, they came across a small, pale figure standing on two legs and holding a stick. The video they posted quickly went viral, sparking many discussions online. Some people thought it might be the Oring Pendic, a creature from Indonesian folklore. The Oring Pendic is described as being about 4 feet tall and covered in light fur, but the way it got scared of the people tells another story. Maybe it was hiding, or it could all be just a trap to lure the bikers. But they all came out safely. Walking Xenomorph. Many of you may have heard stories about strange creatures called xenomorphs, but I'll show you that they're real. One man, while hiking through a snowy mountain, came across something truly unusual. He spotted two creatures in the distance that looked exactly like the xenomorphs from the stories. The creatures moved through the snow in a way that seemed unnatural, almost like they were from another place entirely. Since the forest is believed to be in Russia, many believe they were a byproduct of some science experiment. Latvia creature. Who would have thought that a boy filming the scenery in the Latvian woods would capture something so unusual? While he was recording, he spotted a large, furry creature that looked just like Bigfoot. The creature wandered around, appearing a bit confused, as if it had its own plans for the day. Intrigued by this surprising sight, the boy decided to follow the creature. However, as soon as the Bigfoot noticed him, it quickly dashed off into the trees and disappeared from sight. Unfortunately, it was never seen again in that area. Alien in woods. A man came across a slightly tall, human-like figure slowly emerging from behind the trees. It happened near midnight when he was walking towards home. The creature's pale skin had an almost ghostly glow, and its long, thin arms and legs gave it an unnatural appearance. For a moment, it simply stood there, staring at him silently, as if studying him. Then, just as quietly as it appeared, the figure disappeared into the dense trees. The brief yet strange sight left him with more questions than answers. Humanoid versus man.
Hey guys, I just wanted to show you guys my cool base.
What this man came across was enough to make him believe why some places are better left unexplored. He heard a strange noise from the side and, to his surprise, saw a creepy, human-like creature running toward him at full speed.
Oh, frick!
It had a pale body and long, thin arms. The man quickly managed to escape, not knowing what the creature was or what it could do. The locals were worried after the video was shared, and research is still ongoing. Unfortunately, there's been no sign of the creature since then.
Oh, frick!
The tall figure. This man was driving when he saw a tall, dark figure standing still in the middle of the road. He quickly moved his car to the other side to stay safe. What made it even creepier was when he stopped and looked through his side mirror. He saw the tall figure that seemed to follow him. and another man spotted the same figure on the same road after some days. The young boy was riding his bike near the road and recorded a video of himself when it appeared and left him shocked. So the question is, what actually was the creature, and why was it there? Well, that's something I'm leaving on you to decide.
Oh, God.
Rake caught on camera. A group of friends were camping when they had an experience that left them completely stunned. One of them noticed something moving through the woods nearby. Curious, they decided to get closer and see what it was. As they got closer, they saw a strange humanoid creature sitting behind some trees. Its pale body stood out against the dark woods. Just as they noticed it, the creature turned and looked directly at them. Its eyes glowing in the night. Before anyone could react, it disappeared into the trees, leaving everyone in shocked silence. Humanoid Bet. This video was posted on social media by an anonymous user and quickly taken down. However, a few people managed to save it before it disappeared. In the video, a humanoid bat-like creature can be seen hanging upside down, almost like it was resting. The creature looked like a giant bat, but it also had human features, making it even more strange. This unusual sight led to discussions and fears of possible Dracula-like creatures. And to add to the mystery, there had been many reported sightings of people recording the same creature on their rooftops. So is the infamous Dracula back? Or there's another side to this story? Let me know in the comments. Crawling horror. There have been many strange encounters that have left people wondering about the existence of aliens. I have another clip that might make you believe in them too. A group of men were resting on their chairs while camping when they heard a strange noise coming from behind the trees. When they looked, they realized they shouldn't stay there any longer. A mysterious creature was crawling out from the trees. It had a pale, thin body that looked strangely elongated, almost like it had no muscles. The men quickly ran away when they saw it, but the creature seemed to wander around, as if it was looking for something, or maybe someone, who knows. Rooftop Alien. In 2017, a boy was out in his backyard, enjoying a quiet stroll, when something strange caught his attention. He looked up and saw a creepy, human-like figure peeking at him from the edge of the roof. It was almost as if it was watching him. But as soon as he focused on it, the creature vanished into thin air. The guy hurried to the other side of the house to check, but there was no sign of the creature anywhere. He immediately reported what happened to security, and they searched the area. But despite their efforts, they couldn't find any trace of the creature or figure out where it had disappeared to. Weird wood creature. Is it a walking tree branch or a mysterious creature? A man in the forest recently recorded something that looked like one. While exploring, he noticed a tall tree-like creature moving on its own. It had no leaves or branches, just strange roots and a long bent neck. Curious, he recorded it and shared the video online, where it quickly went viral, with millions of people watching. Some thought it was Siren Head, while others said it was just a weird tree branch. But can a branch really walk? What do you think this strange creature could be? Maybe it's something even more mysterious. Tiny humanoid vanishes. While exploring an old, abandoned house in the forest, a man came across something surprising. As he walked through the backyard, he felt like someone was watching him. When he turned around, he saw a small, human-like creature peeking from behind a crumbling wall. He moved closer to get a better look, but the creature quickly vanished. He searched the house, but it was nowhere to be found. The whole thing happened so fast, leaving him with more questions than answers. What had he seen? The mystery remained unsolved. Gargoyle. On his way home, this man spotted something unusual in the distance. A figure was bent over in a strange way. He zoomed in with his camera and saw that the figure had small wings attached to its body. It didn't take long for him to realize It looked just like a gargoyle. Gargoyles are creatures often found in fantasy stories, inspired by the stone carvings on old buildings. These statues were once believed to protect buildings from evil spirits. Seeing something that looked like a gargoyle in real life made people wonder if fiction and reality might be more connected than we think. It was definitely enough to make anyone pause and think. Dogman. A user from Brazil posted a strange video online, and it quickly grabbed the attention of people around the world. In the clip, a dark, ghoul-like creature was hiding behind something, almost like it was lost. Its body was shadowy, and its face resembled a dogman. The creature looked around, as if it knew what was happening, and then suddenly rushed toward the man filming. Fortunately, he managed to run away just in time. What was even stranger is that the same creature was later spotted in Argentina and other parts of South America. So, the big question is, was it a dogman, or could it have been something else? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Humanoid peeking from tree. A woman was exploring a forest when she came across a tiny humanoid peeking from one of the trees. Its glowing eyes with a long head was prominent in the dark. That confirmed that it was definitely not any known creature. And just when she uploaded the footage online, people claimed that it was a fairy. But the eerie look of this figure couldn't convince me that it's a fairy. Freaky figure. This man was in the jungle, collecting wood to start a fire and stay warm in the cold. As he worked, he began to hear strange noises from a specific area. His curiosity got the better of him, so he decided to investigate, something he probably regretted later. When he looked around a tree, he saw a creature with a human-like head peeking out at him, almost as if he had interrupted its space. It felt like one of those scenes from a horror movie where someone follows strange sounds and ends up in a terrifying situation. Just as quickly as it appeared, the creature vanished, leaving the man confused, wondering if it had been real at all. Creepy humanoid hiding. Having a walk in the cold weather can sometimes take a strange turn, just like what happened to this man who saw something truly bizarre. He encountered a creepy, humanoid creature that almost looked like a lady with long hair, but there was more to it. The creepy figure had a long tail and sharp nails. The clip went viral as soon as it was uploaded, although many people called it an avatar or a female cryptid. Its true nature remains a dark mystery. No one has seen it again, and no one knows how it ended up there. Dark mystery. While camping, this man heard strange noises coming from the forest. Curious, he stepped out of his tent to see what was going on. In the low light, he saw something that surprised him. A dark, shadowy figure moving near the trees. It seemed like it was trying to scare him. The creature moved quietly, blending into the darkness. The man wasn't sure what he was seeing, but it definitely felt strange. It didn't look like any animal he knew. What could it have been? And what other mysteries might be out there in the dark? Scary Bigfoot. A video like this was posted online, and it's definitely something you don't see every day. It showed a large creature with shiny fur and glowing red eyes. Its mouth was strange, but despite its scary look, the creature seemed surprisingly calm, which is pretty rare. People had different thoughts about it. Some said it was Bigfoot, while others thought it was just someone wearing a costume and fooling around. But looking at how real the video seems, I'd say maybe Bigfoot is back, and this time, they're friendly. Alien rummaging. This man was exploring some woods in his area when he stumbled upon a little cottage. It was fine until he heard some strange noises coming from inside, as if someone was rummaging some stuff. On getting closer, the man found a pale humanoid searching for something. And then it was only a moment of peace until it came for the man with a huge shovel. When the video was posted, people called it an alien, while some said that it was just a costume play. But no one really knows what it actually was. Bathing Crypted. A group of people were walking beside a lake when they noticed something strange in the water. They first thought it was just someone swimming, but they decided to shine a light for a closer look. What they saw wasn't a person. The creature had a shiny, muddy color that matched the surroundings. At first, it just moved calmly in the water, almost like it wasn't aware of them. But then, it suddenly turned and saw them. To their surprise, it started heading toward them. Thankfully, they were able to get away, but the whole thing left them feeling uneasy. The video they filmed quickly got attention online, with many people wondering if it was a cryptid, making the whole event even more mysterious. Lost Dog Man. While camping in Indonesia, a man found himself face to face with something strange. As he sat in the quiet, he suddenly heard a growl. Looking around, he spotted a dark creature staring at him, and it didn't seem friendly. The man quickly grabbed his camera to record it. As he zoomed in, he saw that the creature looked like a dog, but it had humanoid features. It seemed weak, but its growls were loud enough to make the man hesitate. He didn't want to get any closer. After the video was posted online, people started to share their thoughts. Some viewers believed it might be a huge bat, while others thought it could be a lost dog man. The mystery continues to leave people wondering what it really was. Haunted forest ghost. One night, a man decided to take a walk when the streets were quiet. As he walked, something caught his eye that he couldn't explain. There, in the shadows, stood a strange figure. It looked like a person, but its body was hidden under a long, black cloak. The way it stood still made it seem even more unusual. He couldn't tell if it was just someone out late or something else entirely. Could it have been a djinn, as some stories say, or was it something even harder to understand? The man couldn't know for sure. All he could do was wonder about the strange figure he had seen that night. Half woman, half snake. As this man walked deeper into the jungle, he came across something he never expected. At first, he thought he saw a woman standing quietly between the trees. But as he got closer, he realized it wasn't just a woman. It had a long, twisting tail. What stood in front of him was a creature that was part human and part snake. A strange mix that felt unsettling. Creatures like this, part human and part snake, are common in old stories and myths, often representing change or even danger. But this wasn't a legendary creature. It was real, right there in front of him. Despite efforts to investigate, the creature's true nature remained a mystery, leaving everyone who heard about it in shock. Humanoid in bushes. A group of friends heard some strange screaming sounds coming from the woods.
Those birds making some nice sounds, aren't they? They're noisy.
At first, they thought it was just an animal near their tent. But when they looked deeper into the forest, the men believed they saw a human-like figure moving quickly between the trees.
Mate, what was that?
They stayed calm at first, but as the screaming got louder, they became more worried and decided to leave the area. After reporting the incident, researchers looked into it, but they couldn't figure out what just happened. Night creature. While gathering wood for a fire, the man noticed something unusual moving behind the bushes. At first, he wasn't sure what it was, but his curiosity led him to take a closer look. As he moved nearer, his eyes locked onto a pale creature staring right back at him. Before he could react, the creature quickly disappeared into the woods the moment his flashlight landed on it. Though the creature was gone as quickly as it appeared, the sight of its strange eyes remained with him, bringing a hint of mystery to his calm evening in the woods. Truck catches Sasquatch. A truck was driving along a road that passed by some woods when the dashcam picked up something unusual. As the vehicle moved along, the camera caught sight of a large, hairy creature standing behind the trees, its eyes fixed on the driver in an unsettling way. The way it looked at the truck seemed like it had some otherworldly plans. The truck was in the process of turning, so the creature was only in view for a brief moment, but that short glimpse was enough to make anyone uneasy. Woodlands humanoid. A video recently went viral online, sparking a lot of talk among the locals. It showed a man standing by a river, watching something strange move through the trees. When he zoomed in, the camera revealed a large, pale figure slowly walking through the forest. Its size and shape made many people think it could be a Sasquatch. The video started many conversations in the area as locals shared their own strange sightings. Some were excited about the idea of a Sasquatch, while others were puzzled by what they had seen. The debate continued, adding to the mystery of the woods. Shadow figure running. In Bradenton, Florida, a man was enjoying a peaceful moment, capturing the beauty of nature with his camera. As he focused on his shots, something unexpected caught his eye.
This is the exact spot that I just...
He saw a shadowy creature darting across his garden at an unusual speed. Surprised and unsure of what he had just witnessed, he quickly rushed back to his house. The strange sight left him with more questions than answers, as he wondered whether it was just a passing shadow or if there was something more mysterious behind the brief encounter. Bigfoot behind trees. A group of friends was hiking in the mountains when they noticed something strange in the distance. A large, hairy figure was moving through the trees, and it looked like it was heading somewhere with purpose. The friends quickly realized this couldn't be a person. Who would wear a costume and walk through the thick jungle in the heat? Then they remembered the stories they had heard about Bigfoot sightings in that area. With that in mind, they started to think that what they were seeing might just be the famous creature. Creepy humanoid in woods. While driving near a jungle on the outskirts of Browning, Montana, a man and his friend heard a strange noise coming from the trees. Curious, they slowed down to take a closer look. In the distance, they saw a tall, pale, skinny figure with a small head and wide shoulders. Its appearance unusual and unlike anything they'd seen before. The man quickly took out his camera and recorded the strange sight. When he shared the video online, it sparked debates. Others thought it might be a Skinwalker. Mystery creature. So this happened in the mountains of China, where a tourist's camping trip turned strange. He was taking a stroll near his campsite and saw something unusual among the bamboo. It was a skin-colored creature that looked a lot like Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. The sight made him scared, but curious. He quickly took some photos before hurrying back to safety. Later, when he looked at the pictures, his fear grew stronger. The creature looked even stranger in the images, leaving him confused and worried. What had he really seen in those remote woods? The idea that something so odd was out there, hidden in the wilderness, left him with a feeling of unease that he couldn't shake. Alien in dark. Jungle strolls can for sure take a wrong turn, just like this man who saw this pale creature. It had a huge head, pitch black almond eyes, and a weirdly thin body. It stood at the same spot as if it had just landed from some other world. The man quickly took out his camera to record the creature, and as the video was uploaded on the internet, people were convinced that it was an otherworldly alien. Although it looked harmless and calm, the lost alien was never found again, which made people even more curious about this encounter. And now, let's move on to our subscriber's pick. A man exploring the forest, hoping to capture a glimpse of the wild, had his wish granted in the most unexpected way. He came across a mysterious creature resting on the forest floor. At first glance, it resembled an armadillo, but something was disturbingly off. It looked like the creature had no skin. Its eerie, motionless body sent chills down his spine. Though he was fortunate enough to record the bizarre sight up close, he didn't dare to touch it. This video got quite enough attention by the people. Many viewers speculated that it could be a being from another world, while skeptics dismissed it as nothing more than an elaborate prop. And with that, see you next time.